Did you say the words right this time?
Well, maybe I didn't say every single tiny little syllable, no, but basically I said them, yeah. Basically.
Hey there. Well, I've been on YouTube for a while now, and from time to time I've heard of users plagiarizing others. Now, exactly what is plagiarism? Well, according to the Merriam-Webster Online Dictionary, to plagiarize means to steal and pass off the ideas or words of another as one's own. In other words, plagiarism is an act of fraud. It involves both stealing someone else's work and lying about it afterward. Now, whenever one brings up plagiarism on YouTube, the atheist antidote gets brought up a lot.
Until very recently, I used to think that Brock Lawley, known here on YouTube as the Atheist Antidote, was a wordsmith of sorts, a man very fluid and crafty with his speech, even though I didn't agree with just about anything he said. But I was watching one of his videos he made about a month ago called An Atheist Building, a Christian Foundation, where he talked about a kind of interesting building.
Years ago, Ohio State opened the Wexner Center for Performing Arts on its campus. Newsweek hailed it as the first atheist building or deconstructionist building ever.
I was interested in seeing what this looked like, so I Googled it and found an interesting quote by Ravi Zacharias. And just for your convenience sake, I'll put Zacharias' quote on the screen and play the beginning of Brock's video underneath so that you can read along.
Years ago, Ohio State opened the Wexner Center for Performing Arts on its campus. Newsweek hailed it as the first atheist building or deconstructionist building ever. It had white scaffolding that was all mixed up. It had Colorado grass pods to evoke a second double take. The strangeness of this building, the puzzlement, only intensified when you entered it. Inside the building, you'd encounter staircases that went to nowhere. Pillars that hung from the ceiling purposeless. The sect even had strange angled surfaces in the ceiling to create a sense of vertigo. The architect, an atheist, said he created the building to reflect life as it is. Incoherent, purposeless, meaningless. A Christian theist was in earshot when he heard this nonsense, and he said to the architect, "Did you do the same with the foundations?"
And even though Brock's statement was almost verbatim with Zacharias' quote, he doesn't feel the need to credit him within the video or even in the sidebar of the video.
However, he wasn't the very first person to become famous on YouTube for doing this.
When I brought up his past plagiarism of the Judy Burnett poem, it was clear from his voice that he didn't like where this was going.
I never plagiarized anybody's stuff.
He eventually accused me of doctoring his video. The problem here is that in all the times he recounted being exposed by Judalicious, he never once claimed that she doctored his video. He only claimed that he credited the author in his description. The copy I played was his original, and the exact same as the one Judalicious showed in her exposé.
No, that honor would have to go to none other than Brett Keane. So as you heard from Brett during his debate with Straight Dope, he never plagiarized someone's work at all. Well, I did some digging around, and I came across this site where I found a poem by the name of Dad that was written by Judy Burnett. So let's take a look at this poem, side by side with Brett's original video, shall we? And see if his claim holds up. So as you can see there, he clearly did plagiarize Judy Burnett's poem. Hell, he even put by Brett Keane in the description of the original video. So what we've learned, my friends, is not only did Brett lie during his debate with Straight Dope, but that plagiarism is a terrible idea, especially on the World Wide Web, where people have these little things called search engines. Thanks for watching!
But one of the other things is I find interesting too is you accuse me of plagiarism, which of course is the false accusation that Judalicious, the Amazing Atheist, as well as a couple others made. I've never been convicted or sued or had any lawsuit done towards me whatsoever, and do you know why? Because I've never committed plagiarism. You know what I actually feel bad about doing, Judalicious? I feel bad about being mean to you as well as our been in the past. Some of the comments like calling me a cow. That's what I feel bad about. But do I feel bad for plagiary? No. But do I feel bad for plagiary? No. But do I feel bad for plagiary? No.